What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a win. It feels ages. Ever since I did a live show for a win. It's not just a win. We won the Coppa Italia. We actually did it. Sounds shouldn't sound that difficult, but going into the game, it sounded a bit weird to say, "Oh, we're gonna win," because I don't think a lot of people actually believed in the fact that we could have actually won the Coppa Italia tonight. But we managed to do so. We found a way to beat Atalanta, who were on a very good form. Beating Liverpool. If you watch the Roma game, you're like, "Oh man, it's gonna be a very long night today." You watch the Salernitana performance, then you watch Atalanta play Roma, and you're like, "Oh, it's not gonna be our day today." But it was our day. We did what we had to do. We did what a club like Juve should always do in the final, and that's beat the team that's in front of you. It doesn't always go like that, but after 3 seasons, actually ever since we started this channel, it's been all misery. Like, we need to be honest. Like, there was not a lot of positivity the last 3 seasons. It's still not all positive, but if you win something, you cannot take that for granted ever. If you win something, you should appreciate it always. No matter what the situation is. I know it feels a bit weird, because we know where we are as a club and what we still need to do as a club and all that. But today, excuse me, but tonight, it was all about winning, and that's the only thing that mattered. We needed to win, and that was it. Somehow find a way to win, and actually we found a way. It was compared to the last, I don't know, 2 months. It was like, where did this came from? Because we actually were compact. We actually, like, we didn't change our belief in terms of we gave Atalanta the ball, we gave them the possession, and we just played in between them, and we did that perfectly in the first set. In the second half, we set up low as a block, but we managed to actually make it look quite easy, in my opinion, because before the game, I said it, I wasn't really nervous. Before the game, I was like, whatever, it's just good. Let's get this over with, and the season is over, and we move. That's the vibe I had going into the game. We scored. I was like, okay, now we're nervous because I want to win this. But there was a time, I think it was minute, let's say 65. I was like, we're winning this. Atalanta, we're not going to score unless we handed them the goal, That's the only way Atalanta were getting a goal tonight. Because actually, in the first half, I think we surprised them, because we came out and we did something we usually don't do. The way we played against Atalanta, we played in a way we usually do not play. We pressed them high. We put a lot of energy in that first half, like extremely a lot of energy. We kind of rattled them. We kind of threw them off, and they never got back in the game. They made a lot of stops quite early, and we just did what we had to do: see out the game, bring home bring home the win. And oops, that's wrong. Excuse me. You can call in, by the way, people. We did what we had to do. We managed to do that, and that's it. That's it. That's all that matters. Today, we won a cup. The first win in 3 seasons. Actually, the first win since we started this channel. The first trophy since we started this channel. And it shouldn't be like, oh, we won it, it's a good season. It's been a poor season. Winning the Coppa Italia is not going to change that. It's not going to change that we still have a lot of issues on and off the pitch. But today, and even tomorrow, it's tomorrow already for me, but for a lot of people, it just need to be about the Coppa Italia, and then we can talk about the controversy post-game. What did Allegri say in his presser? He said a lot of things, but that's not really what matters right now, because whatever happens with Allegri, whatever happens with the players, that will resolve itself in the next couple of days, weeks, months, whatever. Today, it's all about the Coppa Italia, and that's it. Let me read out a few comments. Allegri's antics after being sent off was the most iconic moment as security legacy at the club. Yeah, that was that was extreme, but it meant a lot to us. fans, the club, the players, but also to him. Like I think a lot of people will still say it's a complete failure ever since he came back, and it's not all his fault. Obviously not. But it's been extremely poor, the way we looked as a team. And he needed this win because, again, for me, he remains a legend of this club. He's one of the most successful coaches we had. And he needed this. He deserved this at the end. And I think he understood that I cannot let this slip at the end. And in the end, it felt like, or I had a feeling they felt like it was gonna slip away somehow. I didn't have that feeling, but they did, and they were nervous. This hopefully changes the morale of the club for the rest of the season. Well, the season is over, to be honest. Congrats, we fans deserved it. Young lads need to know what it means to win trophies. Yeah, we we suffered. We actually, like, if you just scroll through the videos of the last 2 months, there was no positivity. Like, there was nothing positive to talk about, unless you wanted to fake it. Excuse me. At least our season's not going to be trophyless. Yeah, I'm happy with the win, but this is still a crap season. I hope. Yeah, it's not like winning the Coppa Italia. It's good. It's fun. It takes your mind off what happened this season, the last 3 years. But it's not gonna make up for the season. I said it, like, if you win it or not win it, what happened this season is it's just not gonna change based on a one-off game. It's just not gonna happen, and it shouldn't be happen. It's finally over for Allegri. There's a little chance to say there's no chance, he says. If you watch his presser, there's absolutely no chance. We need to talk about the refereeing. I don't like to talk about the ref. He was crap. I don't know. I don't know what to say. At the end, I was like, okay, are we gonna play another 10 minutes until Atalanta get the goal or what? It was ridiculous. It wasn't a good refereeing on both sides. I think he blew his whistle too soon at times. I was like, just let it play on. Like, very strange. And then when he needed to blow whistle, he was like, no, I'm gonna let it go on. He was horrible. Period. The play today, like how we saw them play aggressive in the preseason. Yeah, it reminded me of the Udinese game a little bit, the first half, because we were aggressive. We pressed them. We kind of surprised them, ourselves, the fans, everybody. Like, I was watching that first half and I was like, what have I just watched? Like, what was this? Because we can actually link up play in midfield. We found the free guy in midfield. Was it Rabiot? Was it Nicolucci? Whatever. Cambiaso cutting in. Even McKennie. We played between the lines. The setup was good. Everybody was linking up well. And I was like, where were you guys all season? Where was this all season? Very basic stuff. It wasn't, wow, what was this? Or it wasn't like, oh my God, that's ridiculous what we did. It wasn't that type of vibe. But still, we showed that we can actually play if you want to play, but we didn't all season. In the first half, we played, we got the goal, and in the second half, we just saw at the game, which we usually do as a club, or being Juve, that's what we always do, try to just see out the game and whatever type of vibes, and that's what we did in the second half. That's who we are as a team. We need to accept that, and we need to move, I guess, for now, because at the end of the day, it delivered us the win. And when it's a final, I don't care how you win a final. If it's a final, you win it. If it's a last minute own goal, you won it. That's the only thing that mattered on the day. On that day, today, yesterday, whatever, the only thing that mattered was winning. How we did it, irrelevant in a final. It really is irrelevant. It's just about winning. Because a one-off game, you can be crap or not play well and still win it. Throughout the season, that's the issue. You can. And that's why we are in this situation as well. I was getting very nervous seeing Sandro warm up in the second half. Yeah, I saw the zoom and I was like, nah, he's not gonna do this, right? He surprised me because he played Junior and he deserved to start Junior. Kostic has been poor all season. He doesn't bring energy. He was a liability. Junior never really proved that he defensively sucks. He made that mistake against Salernitana, but I can name all players who made that type of mistake all season long or for 3 seasons in a row. Junior deserves to start. It was a surprise in terms of I was not expecting Allegri to start him, but it was vital. It was vital because it was fresh. In the first half, he pushed Atalanta very deep because if they left space, he was in it, and that was a good move. And I can still not believe that Kostic played a lot of games, so many games over Junior. And I'm not sitting here saying Junior is world class or whatever, but it was between him and Kostic, and the fact that he played so little still is very it's crazy to me. It really is crazy to me. But the setup was good, you know. So I need to give credit to Allegri because it was all set up perfectly. And in the first half, we won the game. We threw them off completely. We took the lead. You know, we did what we had to do. And in the second half, we made it very professional. Like Danilo said, it was inch perfect. We did what we had to do, and you bring it home. You bring the cup home. And again, this is still Juve. You need to win, and that's the only thing that matters. If you win, you go down in the history books. That's it. But you need to win at this club. You know, it just need to win, and we did that today, and that's the most important thing. Um, the play today. Wait, no. There wasn't a single player who looked poor. No. Um, excuse me. It's almost it's past 1 a.m. over here. I need to wake up in 6 hours. But there was nobody who played poorly. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I thought Perin didn't have much to do, but what they had to do, it was good. I thought Danilo was excellent. He really was excellent. I thought Bremer was extremely solid. I thought Gatti played his game, you know, without playing his actual game, what he played the last couple of weeks. I thought Junior played well. Nicolucci kept it extremely simple but clean, and that's what we needed. You know, hadn't played like 40 minutes, you know, since the new year, and now you need to start in a cup final. He did that excellent, so credit to him as well. I thought Rabiot was influential. McKennie did what he had to do, you know. He ran a lot, so that's good as well. Vlahovic was unbelievable tonight. He was unbelievable. Like his link up play, his hold up play, skipping past players, the goal, the finish, and the second goal, like called off for what was it, like millimeters, like insane way got called off. Like Vlahovic was excellent. I thought Chiesa had a good game as well. Miretti came on extremely unlucky. Like at this rate, Miretti's never gonna score. I thought he did well. So I think everybody played his part, you know, and that's what you need in a final. Everybody needs to show up, and I think everybody did show up. Cambiasso was good. After a game, you see what it means for Cambiasso and Nicolucci as well. This is it, you know. They finally won something. Chiesa already did it with the club, but they finally won something. Locatelli, Vlahovic, now Cambiasso, even Danilo, with the new setup. I want to say they finally won something. Yildiz, like they needed this. They needed to taste what it means to win something, because that's the only way I think that will help us in the following years. Knowing that, okay, we need to push on, because that's the feeling you get for winning, and it's just quote unquote the Coppa Italia. Imagine winning something bigger. How would that feel? That's what these guys needed. You know, no matter who's gonna stay, they needed to know that, okay, this is how it feels. This is winning, and that's what they did today. So that was also important. You know, besides the fact that it's all about winning for the club as well. Juve have won as many Coppa Italia trophies today, one as Milan did in 47 years. Is that real? Because before Allegri came in, we hadn't won one in 19 or 20 years. It was also very long. So credit to Allegri as well, because he broke that, not curse, but I think before Allegri came in, like the Coppa Italia was like, yeah, whatever. You know, you win the Scudetto, you push for the Scudetto, and the Coppa Italia was like, whatever. But when he came in, he won it second time, third time, and I think the fan base was like, okay, now we want to win it. We want to win it every single season, you know. And at one point, we were winning it every single season. So credit to Allegri, because he won five. He's the most now in terms of winning the Coppa Italia. So I was actually happy for Allegri, you know, because what he did last season, stay on, you know, and steady whatever shit show that was. I think he deserved to win today, you know, like going out as one of the most successful coaches, not winning, coming back for 3 seasons, I think would have been a big stain on his rep, you know, at the club. There will be a stain. He's still a legend, but he needed this and he deserved this. Miretti must have been cursed or something. The guy can't catch a break. I thought it was decent. It was good, you know, and he was good against Salernitana. It was just unlucky. Maybe he just wanted to smash it too much. It's just unlucky. Like we can say, oh, he wanted to put it top corners hard, but like I mean, he's just unlucky. Like 3-4 centimeters down, and it's in. It's a goal. But it is what it is. Vlahovic Cambiasso for me, we're oh, we're not gonna do that today, But Cambiasso was good, And again, playing midfield, Mezzala. Um, yeah, man, Cambiaso is he has improved so much. He impressed me. He proved me wrong. And I'm so happy because we were starving for that and for him in that position, or for a player in that position. And now I actually can play Mezzala as well, which is insane. But that pass on Vlahovic is crazy. He sees things and he can execute things. And I think he will only get better, and he will do that more frequently and consistently depending on how you set up and how you play as well. We cannot give up Miretti for a Genoa player. Really quickly on Miretti, I believe in him. I like him. I think he's extremely talented. He is one of the most talented players I've seen coming out of the academy. It is what it is. If the club wants to loan him out because he needs to play, I get it. But I will be extremely pissed if we sell Miretti. I would be pissed if we include him in a deal for Gudmundsson, who's 27. I would be extremely pissed. You cannot lose control of on Miretti. Like, if you want to see how he plays outside of the club, good, but loan. Do not sell, because I want to see him at the club, because I still believe in him. Because he has attributes you just cannot teach. He needs to do the basic, what you can improve on better, but the pure talent, the pure instinct, you cannot teach. He has. So I think he can improve the rest, but you cannot learn a player that type of technique, that type of knowledge, knowing where to be, seeing things. You just have it or not, but he needs to improve in basic stuff. He does. We have a good base to build on with a new coach and transfers. It's not like we need an overall. We need an overall. Not 11 starters, but I don't think we have a good base. Like, don't get carried away by tonight. We don't have a very good base, to be honest. It's very it's very shaky. We have some good players. We have players who have good moments, but there's no consistency in it. And as a squad, even 11 is not good enough if you want to be at the top. We need to be honest. Winning the Coppa Italia or not. Cambiasso so technically superior because he had a year under Motta. Imagine players like Locatelli, Chiesa, Miretti under Motta. Cambiasso did improve. I think he's playing better now than he was at Bologna. Excuse me. So I also need to give him credit, but also Allegri, because at Bologna I wasn't impressed, and at the start of the season I wasn't impressed. The first, I don't know, what was it, 8-10 games, but now he's impressing me. So credit to him, credit to Allegri, because he improved since leaving Motta, if I'm being honest. Cambiasso looked nowhere near this good last year. No, he didn't. So credit to him and credit to Allegri, because he has improved and it's impressive. I'm not gonna lie. I'm shocked, and I'm actually impressed. I'm really impressed, because besides his drive, like, technically he's a very good player. He's a smart player. He knows where he needs to be. Defensively, he improved big time. If you watched him at the start of the season, I was like, ugh. But now it's like, okay, you're solid. I can trust you going forward and staying back. So that was good as well. These players showed up. Good for him to win something in his first season, because that's, like, winning is not going to be enough. Like, the feeling is not going to be enough to make us now good enough to actually compete and whatever. But it's going to help the mindset. It's going to push these players to think, okay, that's how winning feels. I want to feel that again. But to do so, you need hard work and also better players, obviously. I liked how Nicolosi pushed the ball forward today. Yeah, and to be honest, Nicolosi kept everything very simple. Like, he kept it simple, but he kept it clean. He always made the right decision. He made it quickly, and he was good. I think he gassed out before he was subbed out, but it's normal. I think I might be lying, but I think in 2024, before this start, I think he played like 40, 50 minutes, maybe. So I think it was a surprise for him, to wake up and Allegri be like, yeah, I haven't played you for a single minute for months, but you're going to start the Coppa Italia final. And actually, he did extremely well. What I said mid-season, I would still move him on, but I said mid-season, you don't need to bring in another DM when we were linked with players like Phillips and Højbjerg. Not really DMs, but like, I was like, you have Nicolosi. He can do a job in the league against lesser teams. And today you showed that. Atalanta was a lesser team, but Nicolosi could have done a job, and we should have used him more this season, even so, to push on Locatelli maybe a little bit. But that decision that has been made, and today he made that decision. He played him, and it was good. It was good. But people, I am gonna wrap up because it's getting close to 2 a.m. I need to wake up in a couple hours, but I will be back live later today, so Thursday, with some members. We can discuss everything. I know there's controversy with Allegri post game. I made a video on that tomorrow. That will drop today, excuse me, or tomorrow, Thursday. Um, but what he said in his presser, I'm gonna leave for the next day because he said so many things that are like, I don't agree with that. You cannot say these things, even though you want something now. Uh, but I don't want to let that overshadowing the fact that we actually want something. So, people, thanks for watching. There was a quick live, but I will be back tomorrow for a long form live. So, yeah, thanks for